Hey guys, welcome to our channel, School Studies with TK.
Today, we're going to learn the subject computers.
Chapter number 1, Evolution of Computers.
Today, we're going to learn the topic History of Computers.
History of computers. How did people do lengthy calculations in the early times? They didn't have any calculating machines as we have today. They used pebbles, bones, sticks, and fingers of the hand to count and calculate. They also used ropes for long calculations and even made shapes for some measurements. But these things did not yield accurate results.
Later, counting boards were used to everyday calculations. They were used to calculate the trade between goods bought and sold. The oldest counting board is the 𝓒𝓸𝓵𝓾𝓽𝓮𝓼 tablet. It was used by the Babylonians circa in the 300 BCE. It was a piece of wood carved with stone or metal grooves. Between the grooves, beads or pebbles were moved to calculate.
Sieve of Eratosthenes. In 3rd century BCE, Eratosthenes invented a simple algorithm called the sieve of Eratosthenes. This algorithm was used to find all the prime numbers up to any given limit.
Next comes the abacus. In the 6th century BCE, abacus was invented by the Chinese. It is the first known calculating device. It is made up of a metal or wooden frame. The frame is divided into two parts by a horizontal bar and 13 vertical bars. Each bar contains 7 beads. 2 beads are placed at the upper section and 5 beads are placed in the lower section. It was used to do simple addition and subtraction. Abacus is widely used today by students to learn calculations easily and quickly. They use abacus, which only contains 5 beads in each bar. There's 1 bead in the upper section and 4 in the lower section.
Next comes the Napier's bones. By the middle of 16th century, explorers of various continents started trading on a large scale. They needed devices for precise calculations of sea routes, accounting, planetary positions, and so on. People with mathematical proficiency were hired for jobs who could do repetitive calculations easily. In 1670, Sir John Napier invented Napier's bones, also called Napier's rods. In this, the numbers 0 to 9 were marked on a set of ivory sticks. These numbers were marked in such a way that the product of any number could be found by placing the sticks side by side. Later, many improved versions of Napier's bones were developed. They could be used for doing division too. Napier's invention also led to the invention of the slide rule. It was first built in England in 1632. It was used by NASA engineers for programs.
Next comes the Pascaline calculator. In 1642, Blaise Pascal invented a machine for his father. His father was a tax collector. He named the machine Pascaline or arithmetic. It could add or subtract numbers automatically.
Next comes the Leibniz's calculator. In 1673, Gottfried von Leibniz invented a calculator known as the Leibniz's calculator. It was called the 𝓟𝓸𝓶𝓹𝓾𝓽𝓮𝓻𝓼. It was superior to Pascaline. It could add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers. The Leibniz's calculator was used for various purposes in trade and travel. For example, to check the increase in population, the demanding of clothing, food, and other basic essential commodities. Hence, this led to the automation of machinery in the 18th and 19th century.
Later comes the Jacquard Loom. In 1801, Joseph May Jacquard invented Jacquard Loom. It used punched cards to control the sequence of operations. The pattern of loom's weave was changed by changing the punched card.
Next comes the difference engine. In 1822, Charles Babbage designed the difference engine. This machine was to be used in calculating and printing of simple mathematical tables, but he could not complete this machine.
Later comes the analytical engine. Later, in 1834, Charles Babbage invented the analytical engine. The main parts of his machine were called the store and mill. The data was stored with the help of punched cards. Mill processed the data to give a result. The calculating machines made then and now are based on the designs of the analytical engine. The store of analytical engine is similar to presently used memory. The mill is similar to presently used central processing unit. Lady Ada Augusta Lovelace suggested some programs to Charles Babbage for the analytical engine. She is the first programmer, a programming language used chiefly by the US government was named Ada in her honor.
Next comes the tabulating machines. In 1888, Herman Hollerith invented the tabulating machine. The increase in the population in the US and the need of recording the population data was a tiring process. He used notes left by Charles Babbage. He used the machines to calculate the result of the US Census. Punch cards were used to feed census data into the machine. He completed the processing of the census data in about 2 years. Earlier, it took several years to complete similar data.
Afterwards comes Mark I. In 1944, Howard Aiken designed the Mark I. It was a fully automatic machine in collaboration with International Business Machines IBM Corporation. Mark I was the first electromechanical computer. It ran non-stop for 15 years. It sounded like a room full of ladies knitting. It was also called Automatic Sequence Control Computer, ASCC.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.